Shaun Simpson, first round of the British at Hawkstone. Tough day for the boys. Obviously Max crashed out in the second moto and Ian fought his way back after crashing. Yeah, I'm sure there's not much to say positive, but it's still take you through the weekend.
Yeah, we've come into the first round of the British this weekend with high hopes. We'd like to see both the guys up fighting for podiums, get a bit of momentum going for the EMX 250 rounds. Unfortunately, it was a tricky day at the office. Ian was good in qualifying, good in the first moto, nice and solid, no mistakes. Nice third place, really happy with that. And then the second moto, he was up there at the start in the top five, had a crash, then another crash, and he just can't give the guys that amount of time. So he was fighting all the way back, wasn't really riding that great, he said himself. So yeah, tricky second moto for P17. And yeah, unfortunately, Max dislocated his shoulder in the first moto. Was really trying to get him, get the ball moving for him this weekend, you know, with a bit less pressure, nice track, nice weather, but unfortunately it never happened. So back to the drawing board again this week. You know, this is motocross and that's sort of what happens from time to time, but you know, we make our own luck. We'll go back, try and regroup and, you know, see if there's anything we can work on to get the guys feeling happier and look ahead to Arco in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, obviously Ian and Max there, they're young riders. Sort of the first two rounds of the EMX, they've shown a lot of speed and they've also shown their inexperience. Now, is that something where you can come in and obviously with wealth of experience you've got over the years, do they lean on you, or are you trying to feed that back into them and keep their heads up? Because it is a long season, there's plenty more rounds to go and, you know, plenty of time to get the wheels back moving.
I think, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. You know, we've had multiple conversations and game plans, but as you say, you can only lead a horse to water. The guys are young, very keen, enthusiastic, want to prove themselves, want to do well for the team, the sponsors, KTM, and everyone around them. But ultimately, they are showing their inexperience at the moment, and it's my job to try and, you know, keep going back to them, keep making sure that they're not making these mistakes going forward, and we get a bit more consistency out of them.
And last thing for me, obviously last year you had Josh in the MXGB and Cass in the EMX 250s. This year, solely EMX 250 and solely working on the 250 machine. Does it make your job a little bit easier when you can just focus on one championship, one type of bike, and sort of work in one direction rather than trying to give one person one advice and then thinking about other advice for another rider?
I mean, yeah, there is elements that's a lot simpler. You know, we've got 4 250Fs in the back of the truck. All the spares are exactly the same for both bikes. The specs the same. The only thing different between the two bikes is the suspension. So there is elements to that that's definitely a lot easier. But, you know, following two guys in the same race, trying to give them both an equal amount of time is certainly a bit tricky. But yeah, definitely focusing on that one, you feel like you can give a bit more into that class, into that time on track. But it's just making sure that I 50-50 it down the middle for both riders. So yeah, we're all learning here. The riders, myself, you know, this is my second year properly in this role. So, yeah, let's hope we can get the ball moving soon.